Chris and Locke. Sorry, Locke. Chris and Locke with me here. Now, Chris, tell me, what did you win today?
I won 66 kilogram Masters 1, well, in open. I also hit the provincial records for squat, deadlift, and bench, and total overall for Masters 1.
That's very impressive. Locke, tell me about your victories today.
I hurt my back, so unfortunately I was stuck at the bench only, but you know, set the record on my second, broke my own record on my third, and just very happy with the overall progress so far.
So the numbers I hear you guys shouting out here, I mean, it sounds like you guys could lift about 2 of me. Am I correct here? I don't know if we have to go over there and you guys bench me a little bit, or
How much you weigh?
we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that. I'm definitely not in as good a shape as you guys. So tell me, starting with you, Chris, how do you prepare for this every? You know, first of all, is this the only competition you participate in each year?
Yeah, just in powerlifting only. So there's going to be another one in 2 months at the provincials in Ottawa. I'm trying to prepare for that one now next, and then hopefully nationals next year.
So what goes into your preparation? Do you kind of have some uptime and downtime in the year, or is it kind of always on for you?
It's always on for me, and it's lunchtime lifting for me, and that's it. And I got my 1 hour a day, and if I'm lucky, I'll get maybe 4 hours at night, but most of the time, it's just 1 hour a day.
That's very impressive. Locke, so, you know, same questions. Is this the only thing you compete in every year?
Pretty much, yeah. But I'm a chef, so, you know, finding a schedule to put this in takes time. And, you know, all provincials? Oh, I'm excited for provincials.
Don't forget about provincials.
Oh.
So you mentioned you're a chef. Obviously, that must help with your preparation for this, you know, every year. Tell me a little bit about, you know, what do you do? Is there any sort of specific diet that you do? Any specific training that you do for this?
I'll be honest, I'm actually pretty comfortable with my weight. I'm actually really underweight, so I do pastries, and that actually helps with the bulk if I have to bulk. I'll be maybe a bad bulk, sort of diabetic if anything. But yeah, it's pretty fun actually when you don't have to make weight because you're pretty much under.
I'd like to say thanks to my wife and my daughter. They're the ones who actually been pushing me to get to this. I've been dilly-dallying all my life, except once she's the one who's actually pushed me to going to doing all these competitions. And I'd like to say thanks to Locke for helping me out today, to warming up, and also prepping me for this meet as well too.
And Locke? Oh,
same thing. He helped me immensely in terms of what I can do for this meet, and it was just a good overall training session overall. And the results have spoken for themselves, but this is in the past now. It's time to focus on the future. So provincials, here we come. Nationals, here we come as well.
I'm here with Carly and Marlene, 2 participants in the 84 kilogram plus 3 lift open. It's a jumble in my mouth, and I keep messing it up here, but I'll get it. I'll get it eventually after I come to a few more of these. So Carly, tell me a little bit about, you know, how your day went.
My day went really well. It was my first powerlifting meet. I've only been powerlifting for 6 months. I was super excited, really nervous, but I had a lot of fun and learned a lot of new things. Yeah.
Obviously, the day went well for you if you are the champion here. Yeah. Marlene, tell me a little bit about your day.
I was very happy with today's results. This is my second competition, and I definitely believe that I performed better than my first competition. So I'm happy. I'm happy with how things turned out today.
What made you wake up one day and say, I want to go and just lift really heavy things?
Well, I'm a health enthusiast, and it's just the nature of the beast. I started playing around with some different lifts, and it's highly addictive. You know, you want to constantly beat those PRs and personal records, and strive to do better than you have in the past. And it's just been a love affair since the beginning.
Love at first sight.
Love at first sight.
So Carly, same thing. What got you into this? What made you just all of a sudden say, I want to go press things above my head, and I want to, you know, just lift all these weights?
Well, I played rugby in college, and then my one friend, she got me into lifting just to feel better about myself. And then I just learned the deadlift, and then, I don't know, from there I just loved lifting heavy, and someone's like, oh, like, you're really strong, like, you should meet so-and-so. So that's when I met Ryan Lapidat, my coach, and I fell in love ever since, so since January, yeah.
That's great to hear. So, you know, going forward, what do you see for yourself? I know you guys both mentioned provincials, so how do you prepare further from this for provincials?
It's day and night. It starts with everything, with food, with everything you put in your mouth, and it also starts with putting the time in the gym. It's you and the weights. When no one's around, it's about the compassion to do the best that you can, and that's why I'm in this. It's something that I love, because the weight either goes up or it doesn't. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
I have a bad feeling the weight wouldn't be going up if I were competing today. So it's good to see you guys. So what is your next step in this new chapter of your life?
I want to try to get into the 72 kilogram weight class. So I'm going to just keep training hard the next year, follow my coach's program, just work hard, eat well. Yeah.
Okay, and I believe you said you wanted to thank a couple people before we finish this?
Yes, my coach Ryan Lapadat and his girlfriend, also my friend Kathleen McLeod, and Team Six Pack.
Team Six Pack. I don't think I'm a part of that team. Marlene, same thing. I think you wanted to send a shout out to a couple people.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to thank the town of Orangeville. Very cute place, and I'm glad that they had having me here today at the competition. And I would also like to thank the Ontario Powerlifting Association and all those rainbow folks that help me every day in and day out. They know who they are.
I'm Matt McEwen here with Frank Duka, best male lifter of the day, 93 kilogram 3-lift open winner.
Yep.
Do I have that all correct? It's a bit of a mouthful. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Frank, so throw out some of these numbers that you lifted today.
Okay, so for squat I did 260 kilos and just actually failed 280 kilos on a little technicality, being a little rusty, I think. Bench, I won't get into because it's really bad. And then deadlift, I got 285 kilograms, and I just missed 305, which would have been the Ontario record.
That's very, very impressive. So, Frank, we were talking a little earlier, and you mentioned this is your first lift in 3 years. So tell me about how that felt getting back into this after 3 years being away.
Yeah, so I used to compete over in France while I was doing my PhD, and then I came back here. I'm in Toronto doing a postdoc, and I kind of got bored just going to the gym, so I got my buddies kind of pushed me to get back into it. And to be honest, I was a little nervous at first because in my head I have all these crazy numbers. I want to be as good as I was 3 years ago. So my first lift I was really nervous, but after that, kind of get some of the rust to wear off and just get back into it. And it's just a lot of fun, and everyone is so great here, and everyone just wants to see big lifts and have some fun. So it was great. It was a great experience, and I think I'll be competing again in about 2 months at provisionals. So hopefully I can do a little better there.
Casual lifting just isn't enough for you, Frank. You've got to push it to the limit here.
Yeah.
So, Frank, tell me, with the 3 years off, was this different training for this event than it was prior when you were doing it, more often?
Not so much. I mean, I guess probably about the last 4 or 5 months I've really been getting to the gym, maybe 4 or 5 days a week and getting back to a good routine that I was doing, 3 years ago. So I kind of picked back up where I left off pretty quickly, and kind of I think the hardest part was getting the rest and the recovery and all that. Kind of takes some time, and you can't go out and do all the things you want to do in downtown Toronto because you kind of got to be prepared for the next day.
I'm here with Tony and Simone. I believe actually I have the biggest and smallest competitors of the day today. Tony,
yes, sir.
Tell me about how your day went.
My day went awesome. I came here to try and qualify for Canadian Nationals, and I did that. I blew it out of the water, so Regina, look out for me. I'm coming.
Now, you said the government tried to actually prevent you from doing this.
Oh, no, not the government. The governing body of Canada, the Canadian Powerlifting Union, raised my qualifying total for Canadian Nationals by 20 kilos, and I beat that. I blew it out of the water today, so Regina, like I said, look out. I'm on the way.
So you said, you met the challenge and said, bring it on. I want some more.
You want some more?
I love that attitude, Tony.
That's it.